for the book launch, Finding Hope by Mathias Heng. My name is Gracia and we'd like to welcome you into the world of Leica Camera. As you know, this year marks many milestones for Leica Camera. This year marks 100 years of Leica photography, where iconic images through the years have been captured through the eyes of Leica cameras and has an impact in history and changed the way we see the world. Tonight we're also here to make a little bit of history, to make an impact at the launch of Mathias Heng's new book. Finding Hope will make a mark in history as we journey through 3.5 years worth of photographs captured by Mathias. Some of you may know Mathias as the Academy instructor. Some of you know him as a photojournalist. Some of you may know him as the man with the envious, silky, long hair. For me personally, I know him as the madman. To me, he's crazy. He's mad. He's very persistent, but he has a very kind heart. When the tsunami happened 3.5 years ago, warnings were there, people were fleeing the area. Mathias packed his bag, traveled to Japan and said, I need to document this. I need to take photographs of what is happening right now to create more awareness. So in Mathias' own words, in an attempt to record the resilient spirit of Japanese people who have rose from ordinary to display their courage and selflessness. A total of 9 trips were made to Japan, and Finding Hope is a 240-page worth of journey where Mathias sees the quiet dignity and the inner strength of the Japanese. Here to tell you more about his book, Mr. Mathias Heng.
Thank you, Gracia. I'm lost for words actually. You see, I'm not. Anyway, it's been 3 years and 8 months since the tsunami, and I remember my first assignment after the tsunami. 3 days I flew in, and I really didn't know where to start. As a photojournalist, I've been covering numerous earthquake and tsunami, but Japan was something different. The devastation stretches to 300 kilometers, so it's never ending. So every time when you end up in a place, there's always another disaster area of devastation. So it was tough, not just due to the earthquake and tsunami. It was tough because of the Fukushima Daiichi plant, of the explosion of the power plant. That made things worse, because when the Fukushima plant exploded, everybody was evacuating. I was going in. So, and I rented a car, and I ran out of gas. So there was no petrol, so I had to leave. I left the car outside. The car was abandoned eventually. I don't know where it went. And I ended up in areas that I wasn't even, I didn't know where I was. So people ask me, how do I manage to come back to civilization? I said, no, I never did, because I stayed in the disaster area. So I only survived on peanuts, Japanese crackers, and green tea. That was my main of food and drink. And I didn't shower for 10 days because there was no hotel, there was nowhere to stay. I slept in the open. I even slept in the phone booth to keep me warm, because at that time it was winter. So only way to keep me warm I used the phone booth to block wind. And when sunrise is up, I'm up working. So my days were pretty long. I walk for hours. I walk for like 8 to 10 hours just to get my photos. And that's what happened. So that's how I got my images. So if you look around you, all these images, is hard work. Is not that you go there, get the shot, and off you go. There's a lot of time spent. It gets very tiring, and I had to be careful because while I was walking along the disaster area, it's just not flat land. I had to walk from roof to roof because all the houses were stacked up. They were stacked like Lego stacks. So I had to watch for debris, nails, iron rods, so make sure that I don't hurt myself. And how this book come along, I saw the Japanese people that really moved me because I've covered numerous earthquake and tsunami. There was no looting at all. I didn't witness any looting. People were really in order. And I even took photos of, I don't know whether it's here or not, of the volunteers were giving out food. And I met this family. They gave her 5 bowls of rice and food. And she turned them down. She said, "But I only got 2, you know. I've only got 2 of them." So that really took me by surprise because a lot of people, you know, in terms of when you're in survival mode, if someone gives you more, you'll take more. So, and they even offered me, I didn't eat, you know, and they shared food to me. So that kept me going. So I felt that I had to do something more than that. I had to go deeper than that. So because of that, that persuaded me to go even further and get to know more about the in-depth of the aftermath. So usually the current issues, what's happening at the moment, the main media comes in. Now what matters is the aftermath. What happened to them? Okay, when I was there in the beginning, all that matters to them was survival, stage 1. After 6 months, I went back. People came back, and I went back, and the next stage they went through was, what's next? Where's my future going to be? So, and then that's when it sinks in them. They realize that this is not short term, this is long term. So initially I didn't have any intention to do the book. And third trip I went back, things start to die down, sort of slow down, you know, because, you know, initially you get a lot of media, a lot of people going in. Then as time went by, they are sort of being forgotten. So my third trip, when I went back, when they saw me, I realized they were so happy. In a sense that they felt that they had no visitors. So when I visited them and took photos, it meant a lot to them. So that simple, just by visiting them, I don't even know them, it meant a lot to them. Then I realized there's a story to be told. And obviously I went into deeper, I went into Fukushima many times. Took a risk, you know, because in Fukushima, you know, the radiation level is very high. So many people have asked me, how do I survive? My only means of indicator was my Geiger counter. With that, only then I'm able to tell whether the radiation level is high or not. Yeah, so obviously I have to protect myself as well. Going to Fukushima as well is a totally different story again, because we only hear about earthquake, you know, the survivors lost their homes, but in Fukushima is totally different. Radiation is affected by 20-30 kilometers away. Houses are not affected by the tsunami. It's 20-30 kilometers inland. So what's been affected is the radiation that gets in the way, so they have to evacuate. So again, it's a different feeling again. Go to Fukushima, you go to the town that was affected by tsunami, by radiation. It's like lights on, no one's home. So what I mean is that, many of them left with the lights on, with the fridge still running, and in the night, everything's on, everything's switched on, but there's no one there. So it's quite an experience. So which the world doesn't know, So that's why I felt that I need to tell the story because of that. Now, what you see around you here is 3 years' work. I think those of you who know what I do, I don't set my photos, I take the way it is, the way it was. I don't set up, I don't manipulate my work. So I want to do true reporting. And I just want to play a short soundtrack. So this was shot during the eve of the anniversary of 11 March. And even for me, I've been there so many times, every time I go, I get really burnt out. So I just want to share this with you all. It's performed by an artist. Unfortunately, he's not able to come here, but I got him recorded live. So if you can, just listen. If you want to maybe bring yourself into this journey, through the images, you can close your eyes and feel the music. Sorry. So this song means light of hope. So even when I came up with this book, Finding Hope, I never even thought of this title. So when it came out as Light of Hope, later I found out what a coincidence. So which means it's just not me, it's even the people out there. So hope means a lot to them. Although many of them are going through a difficult time, but I still see hope in them. I see there's a lot of they won't give up. That's the thing, you know. And obviously, in such disasters, we do get problems. We do hear people have been face such unfortunate, unforeseen circumstances that they even go into depression. I'd just like to share with you about radiation problem. Many of us are not aware of it. I share with you this lady. She was 60 years old. She lives in Fukushima, and because she wasn't aware about radiation, when she felt sick, she had a flu. She thought that she was exposed to radiation, and she got so depressed she took her own life away. So to me, again, it's education, yeah. So this book is also part of it. I hope I can get my message across, not just for today's generation, even in the next generation. People always ask me, why do I do books? You know, one of my main reasons why I do books is because such event is historical. So if I leave this earth, at least the next generation get to witness it. Hopefully they can learn something out of it. Now I'd just like to mention as well, you know, this book would not have been possible with the help of my supporters, my sponsors, because this is self-published. And I'm really thankful because, you know, this 3 years of my journey doing all this work, yeah, my first few trips was paid job, and after that I was on my own, I was independent. So I just felt that I need to tell the story, I need to move on. Many of my friends tells me, you know, you're wasting your time, nobody wants to know about it. But I wanted to show the in-depth, the insight of that. So again, really like to thank, I need my glasses now. I'm getting old here, I'm not that young anymore. I'd like to thank my sponsors. Okay, my sponsors, I'd like to thank Cetus. Cetus is an architect company. They're based in Melbourne, Australia, for supporting the book, for sponsoring the book. I'd like to thank Bartek. Luciano has been very kind, he's been sponsored part of the book as well. And I'd like to thank Zulu Trend and Suswaits, an accounting company, who supported my work, who believed in the cause that I was doing. And I'd like to thank Golden Silk, James Go has been very supportive. Craft Print International, that printed the book. They sponsored the book as well. And last but not least, Leica Camera has been very supportive. They've been supporting my work since 1998. Yeah, even before I came to Singapore. I'd like to thank Sunil. I don't know where is Sunil. Right, okay, it's right, he's hiding, yeah. He's usually up in front, but you know, so I'd like to thank him because he's been very supportive towards me. So thank you. And I'd like to thank the Leica team. Again, the work is not about me. It's about them, about people around me. that made this possible. I'd like to thank Kato-san, she's here, for helping me to proofread the Japanese text. I'd like to thank Jamie for doing the translation for me as well. Tommy Hong, yeah, if he's here, thank you, because he went through hell with me with the initial stage of the design book, because I was very fussy. So I'd like to thank Ivy. Ivy's here. I'd like to thank him for his support as well from the very beginning. And of course, I'd like to thank Marlene and Melita, who has always been my main two-person in my life that's been supporting all the work that I've been doing, and they put up with all my nonsense, all my rubbish. So thank you very much for your support. And obviously, I'd like to thank God, because without Him, I wouldn't have been alive. Because I was close to death many times. I suppose my time is not up yet. So I'm selling the book for how much? Oh, I thought it was $950. I was selling the book only for $95 here. And I'm selling my prints as well. So whatever you see in the book, you feel like purchasing, just give us a shout. The prints are selling for $1,900. Yeah. So thank you for coming, and I'd like to thank all of you all for coming for this function, this opening. I hope when you walk out the door, you leave with something. I hope it affects. I hope it brings a message out to you. Thank you very much. Arigato. Yes.